And welcome to another broadcast of MLB The Show 23. I am the Ancient Gamer. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is a fantasy draft franchise using the Miami Marlins. Next game in the schedule, Marlins are 15-6. Freddie Peralta versus Zach Greinke of the Cleveland Guardians. Let's go to the calendar. As you can see, the Marlins have a 2.5 game lead in the National League East over the Washington Nationals. Let's rock and roll. Let's play this next game in the schedule. Let's go right here. Boom. Let's go a few organizations games. Miami Peralta versus Greinke. Play game. You want to simulate all previous games? Yes, that is correct. Play full game. Marlins road uniforms at Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Clear skies. I hate clear skies. Let's make them partly cloudy. Freddie Peralta. Everybody looks good except for the catcher. Let's put Betancourt in there for the catcher. Everybody else looks sufficiently rested. Edward, skip. These are your lineups. For those of you that are new to the live stream, I hit, I pitch, I field, I play the game. I also do play-by-play. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is MLB The Show 23. Oh yeah. Fourth video in what will be many to come over the course of this franchise. This is the game of the week. Welcome to our live stream as we visit Cleveland, Ohio to see the Miami Marlins visit the Cleveland Guardians here at Progressive Field. On the mound for the Guardians, Zach Greinke making his 5th start of the season. 1-2 record, 4.39 earned run average. And he will face Derek Jeter, 325, 5 homers, 9 RBIs. Beautiful day for baseball. Here's the first pitch. Bouncer towards the shortstop. His counterpart makes the throw in time. 1 pitch, 1 away. Miami Marlins starting lineup: Jeter, Chris Ramos at second, Mike Trout, Mark McGwire, Mike Schmidt. Right fielder is Toscar Hernandez, DH Mike Napoli, Greg Vaughn, and the catcher batting ninth, Christian Betancourt. Chris Ramos, switch hitting second baseman, hitting .266, steps up there from the left side of the plate and out in front of the breaking ball into the crowd for strike one. Rookie Chris Ramos. And again out in front, hits it off that net on the first base line. Count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Up the middle and through the legs of Greinke. It's a 1-out single for Ramos, and that's the first base runner of the game for the Miami Marlins. Next up, Mike Trout, 318 average. Runner leads off first. Out in front of the curve. Swing and a miss, strike one. Guardians are 13-8. That's good for first place in the American League Central Division. As you can see, league leaders, Al Kaline of the St. Louis Cardinals leads the league in that stat category. Here comes the 0-1. Nope. Nevertheless, quick throw back to first. He's back in there. So here comes the 0-1. Right on the outside corner, painting the black. Count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to Mike Trout. Welcome to the live stream. This is MLB The Show 23. Out in front of the curve, swing and a miss. Struck him out. There's 2 away. Nasty 12-6 action. North-south. Next up, Mark McGwire, Big Mac. 243 on the season. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike one. He has 5 homers and 15 RBIs, and in his Major League career, 3 times Silver Slugger at first base for the American League. Played in the 1990s. Out in front of the curveball, again a nasty breaking ball down at the knees. Count as quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. It's a Big Mac. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Ball 1.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
In the dirt, blocked nicely. Oh, he's going to second. The throw down is not in time, so they'll probably call that a wild pitch. Yes, indeed. Wild pitch by Zach Greinke. Puts a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. McGuire will still have to come through with a hit. Let's see what happens. 2-2 pitch. And he flails harmlessly as the side is retired. Half inning gone by here in Progressive Field. It is the Miami Marlins nothing, the Cleveland Guardians coming to bat. I am the Ancient Gamer. Thank you for watching. We go to the bottom of the first. On the mound, Freddie Peralta. 5th start of the campaign. 2-0 record, 2.13 earned run average. And he will face Ken Griffey Sr., Papa Bear, 354 average, 1 homer, 7 RBIs. Swings at the first pitch, skies at the center, routine play for Trout. 1 pitch, 1 away. Lineup for the Guardians: Ken Griffey Sr., Jeff McNeil, Eddie Matthews, Prince Fielder, Juan Soto, Duke Snider, Francisco Lindor, Brandon Crawford is your DH, batting 9th and playing catcher, Kevin Parada. Jeff McNeil, 259 average, steps in. And he slaps it to left, but Greg Vaughn settles under it to make the catch. 2 pitches, 2 away here in the bottom of the first.
Batting third, the third baseman,
Eddie Matthews, 296, 8 homers already here in April, 16 RBIs. Breaking ball in there, strike 1. Home run champion in 1953 and 1959. I believe it was for the Cleveland Indians, but I'm not 100% certain. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 2. Count as no balls and 2 strikes. Hard ground ball, booted by Jeter, no play. That should be an infield single, but you never know what the scorer's table. Yes, scorer's table says base hit, so 2 out single to keep the inning going for the Guardians. Next up, Prince Fielder, son of Cecil Fielder. Fouls it back, strike 1. So runner leads off first. Prince is hitting .319. He has 8 homers and 16 RBIs as well. Productive lineup here in this first month of the season for the Cleveland Guardians. Just gets a piece of the curveball. Count is 0-2. High fastball. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the Miami Marlins are 15-6, good for first place in the division, the National League East. Ground ball through the right side. It is another 2-out single, and they're threatening here with 2 outs. It's first and second for the Guardians. Next up, Juan Soto. Fastball is low, ball 1. Juan has 2 homers and 10 ribbies. Runners lead off first and second. Pulls it foul. Count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. All-Star Weekend Home Run Derby champion in 2022. Late on the fastball, hits it into the screen on the left side of the infield. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Soto. Again, runners lead off first and second. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. No score. Deep fly ball headed towards the left center field gap. On the run is Vaughn. He will not make... It'll bounce off of his chest. 1 run will score. The second run will come around and score. It is a 2-run double for Juan Soto. Unless they give him an error. Will they give him an error? I think not. No, absolutely. They're giving, that'll be 2 unearned runs on the ledger for Freddie Peralta, as Greg Vaughn is charged with a 2-run error right off the heel of the glove. So 2-0 Guardians. Next up, center fielder Duke Snider. Fastball misses inside corner. Ball 1. 338 average so far here in April. Pops it up left side near the stands. Chasing it is Vaughn. He will not make the catch. It's a foul ball. Over 19 seasons, Duke Snider for the Brooklyn Dodgers had almost 500 home runs in his 19-year career. Again, another pop-up down the left field line, slicing out of play. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. 2-0 Cleveland. Swing and a miss at the curveball. Side is finally retired, but not before a 2-base error gives Cleveland an early 2-0 advantage. This is MLB The Show 23. So we go to the top of the second inning. Up steps Mike Schmidt, hitting 222. Mike Schmidt. High and tight, ball 1. 19-year career in real life with the Philadelphia Phillies. Inside yet again, count is 2-0. And it skies it to shallow center. The right fielder chases over into the right field gap to make the catch. That's Ken Griffey Sr. 1 away. Next up, Teoscar Hernandez, 235, a homer, and 5 runs batted in. Pops it up, right side. Again, routine play for Ken Griffey Sr. And there are 2 down here in the top of the second. Next up, Mike Napoli, 3 homers, 15 RBIs. He's the designated hitter. Deep drive, but playable. All 3 plays are made by the same outfielder. Inning and a half gone by. 2-0 Cleveland here at Progressive Field. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So we go to the bottom of the second inning. Francisco Lindor steps in up to the plate for the Cleveland Ball Club. He's hitting 291. He has 2 homers and 17 ribbies. Hard ground ball to Jeter, routine play. 1 pitch, 1 away. Lindor can motor down the line, almost beat it out. So 1 away, up steps Brandon Crawford, 254, a homer, 6 RBIs. Just gets a piece of the slider, fouls it back, strike 1. In real life, Brandon Crawford plays for the San Francisco Giants. Slow bouncer to the second baseman, Ramos Fields, fires, got him. 2 away. 2 down, bases empty. The catcher, Kevin Parada, hitting 278, steps in. Breaking ball misses outside, ball 1. Kevin was 3 for 6 yesterday, an RBI. Slider just misses off the edge, count is 2 balls, no strikes. Miami Marlins versus the Cleveland Guardians. This is early April. Fantasy draft franchise. Fastball in there, strike 1. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike. I am the Ancient Gamer. Welcome to the live stream. Breaking ball outside corner. Count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. Cleveland staked to a 2-0 lead here in the top of, check that, bottom of the second inning. Line drive headed towards the right center field gap. Trout races over, but he will not get there, and it will roll all the way to the wall. He rounds first, heads to second. It is a 2-out double. for Parada. First double of the campaign. Let's watch the replay as I hydrate. Ouch. Greatest day on my way home listening to the game. Mr. Outlander, I cannot say it enough. Your loyal support means a lot to me. It's nice knowing that someone actually cares about my crazy broadcasts. Lineup turns over for the Cleveland Guardians. Ken Griffey Sr., Daddy Griffey, steps in for his second plate appearance. He's got a runner in scoring position. Fastball inside corner, strike one. 2 for 10 in the series. He's 0 for 1 today with a fly out in the first inning. Line drive off the net. First base line out of play. Ken Griffey Sr., not a bad ball player, not as good as his son. He did have 2,200 base hits in his major league career. Didn't have the power that his son has. Or had, better yet. And he tags him. Ground ball to Mike Schmidt at third. Tags the runner passing by for the final out. So at the end of 2, the Cleveland Guardians lead 2-0. This is MLB The Show 23. We go to the top of the third. Up steps Greg Vaughn. 304 average. He has 20 RBIs, 3 homers and 20 ribbies. Not too shabby here in late April. Flare towards right field. Second baseman McNeil makes the over-the-shoulder catch. 1 pitch, 1 away. Next up, backup catcher Christian Bettencourt hitting a .174. Steps up. Greinke deals. Changeup misses outside, ball 1. Chases a changeup in the dirt. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike to Bettencourt. Outside 2-1. So Cleveland leads 2-0 here in the third. Way out in front of the 12-6 curve. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just gets a piece of that slider down and away to stay alive. Count will remain 2-2. 1 down, bases empty. Ground ball knocked down by the pitcher off of his shoe. Tosses to first just in time for out number 2. The trainer will stay in the dugout. He looks fine. So 2 down, lineup turns over for the Marlins. Derek Jeter steps up to the plate, grounded out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Derek Jeter, 3,000 hit club member, World Series champion. We all know the accolades. Pitch looked high but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count is 0-1. Ground ball snared by the pitcher. Greinke fields his position well, throws over to Prince Fielder at first to retire the side. After 2.5 innings of play at Progressive Field, it's the Guardians 2, the Marlins nothing. This is MLB The Show 23. Bottom 3, Jeff McNeil steps up to the plate, 0 for 1. Peralta deals. Peralta's a victim of some poor defense. Fastball looked like a strike, called the ball low by the home plate umpire. Count as 1 ball, no strikes. Victim of bad defense, Greg Vaughn in left field made a 2-base error, hit off the heel of his glove with 2 outs. Inside corner, strike 1, count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. Should be a 0-0 game, but that's baseball. Line drive to center. Trout will move to his left, make the catch, 1 away.
Now batting, third baseman.
Next up, Eddie Matthews, single, run scored, 1 for 1. Pops it up left side, out of play, strike 1. Welcome to the live stream. It's the Miami Marlins visiting the Cleveland Guardians. Here in the third inning, the Cleveland Guardians have an early 2-0 lead.
1-1.
Fastball high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Just gets a piece of the slider. Count is 1-2. Eddie Matthews is one of those legendary players that I regret to admit that I don't know what team he played for. Called strike 3, circle change, floated over the outside corner. Eddie does not like the call. Nevertheless, it's second strikeout of the game for Freddie Peralta, and there are 2 away. Next up, Prince Fielder, who singled and scored a run in his first at-bat. At the knees, strike 1. Prince Fielder, home run champion in the American League in the year 2007. Probably for the Milwaukee Brewers, if I had to guess. I'm not 100% certain, but seems about right. Swing and a miss at the curve. Nasty break on that 12-6 curveball, and the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Prince. Strike 3 called. Caught him looking. Quick 1-2-3 inning for Freddie Peralta. End of 3, 2-0 Cleveland. So we go to the top of the 4th. Stepping up there is the switch hitter Chris Ramos, who singled in the first up the middle. I think it might have been through the legs of Zach Greinke, the pitcher. Fastball outside corner. Only 89 miles an hour on the radar gun. Down and in the dirt. Count as 1 ball, 1 strike to Ramos. Goes to show you that you don't have to throw 90 plus to be successful in the major leagues. Fouls it back. Count is 1-2. He played for Houston, Atlanta, and Detroit. I assume you're talking about Prince Fielder, Mr. Outlander. Thank you for the information. Ground ball off of the glove of Prince Fielder. Picks it up, shovels it over. Greinke covers to complete the play for the first out. Nice defense on the right side of the infield for the Guardians. Here's the replay. Eddie Matthews. Thank you, Mr. Outlander. Eddie Matthews played for Houston, Atlanta, and Detroit. Next up, Mike Trout. Change up inside, ball 1. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your information. For those of you that are unaware, the Outlander show is pretty awesome streaming show in his own right. I think line drive almost caught by Eddie Matthews at third. Foul ball, strike 1. Most of his years were with Atlanta. Change up inside, 2 balls, 1 strike to Mike Trout. Most of the years for Eddie Matthews were Atlanta, 1 year in Houston. Fouls it right side, out of play. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, bases empty. 2-0 Cleveland here in the top of the 4th inning. Breaking ball outside, full count, 3-2. On deck is Big Mac, Mark McGwire. Rather have better defense at first base. But hard ground ball to the shortstop. Routine play for Francisco Lindor. Fires across the diamond for out number 2. Trout hit it on the nose, but right at the shortstop. So with 2 down, Mark McGwire struck out in the first. His average is at 240. He does have 5 homers in April. Pulls the curveball foul up the third baseline, strike 1. Wait for the real Mark McGwire on this year. Well, I'm hoping. Fouls off the curve, count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. If Mark McGwire gets hot and starts depositing the ball in the bleacher seats, then he'll be well worth his weight in muscle. Swing and a miss. High and tight. Might have chased the pitch. Strikeout for Zach Greinke. After 3.5, it's 2-0 Cleveland here at Progressive Field. MLB The Show 23. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Juan Soto reached on an error in the first inning. That error led to 2 runs crossing the plate with 2 outs. Fouls it back to the screen, strike 1. This time he steps up to the plate leading off, so there'll be no one on base for him to drive in. Broken bat, base hit to right field. Leadoff single for Juan Soto. crushed that ball, crushed the bat. You hear that crack all the way upstairs in the upper deck. Here's the replay. Exit velocity off of the bat, 110 miles an hour. Next up, Duke Snider, center fielder. The Brooklyn Dodgers' answer to Mickey Mantle in the 1950s. Fouls it back into the catcher's mask. Strike one. Struck out in the first. I mean, he was a hell of a player, a legendary player, a Hall of Famer, but he was not the player that Mickey Mantle was for the Yankees during the same time. High, deep drive down the right field line, out of play. Count is quickly. No balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Circle change. Out in front. Struck him out. 1 away. 4th strikeout of the game for Freddie Peralta. Next up, Francisco Lindor. 0 for 1. Breaking ball at the knees for strike 1. Lindor won a Gold Glove in real life twice in his career. Circle change outside. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. This is MLB The Show 23. I am the Ancient Gamer. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Inside corner. Strike 2. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes to Lindor. Strike 3 called at the knees. Doesn't like the call. Nevertheless, it's strikeout number 5 for Peralta, who's pitching well and has been the victim of some poor defense in the outfield in this game. It should be a 0-0 contest, but the Guardians have a 2-0 lead. Next up, Brandon Crawford, 0 for 1. Ground ball through the left side. Diving Jeter cannot get a glove on it. It's a 2-out single for Crawford, and there'll be runners at first and second for Cleveland here in the bottom of the 4th. Next up, Kevin Parada, the catcher. Pops it up, foul territory, right side. McGuire is there, makes the catch, and he retires the side. At the end of 4, it's 2-0. Cleveland in front. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We go to the top of the 5th. Up steps Mike Schmidt. Flew out in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 2, if I'm not mistaken. Could be 0 for 1. I don't remember. Pop up center field. Shallow. 1 pitch, 1 away. I don't quite have the hitting down yet. I need to work on that. Next up, Teoscar Hernandez, 0 for 1. Flew out in the 2nd inning. Excuse me, pitches high. Ball 1. That was a sneeze. Ground ball past the third baseman and into left field for a base hit. He'll hold it first with a 1-out single. Looked like it might have had enough to get into that corner, but not quite. The left fielder cut it off in time, got it back in a second. 4 1/3 innings for Greinke, 2 hits, no earned runs, 3 strikeouts. Pretty decent line so far. Next up, Mike Napoli, 0 for 1. Runner leads off first. And that's a line drive, hit hard, but right at the left fielder for out number 2. He got everything on that ball, but hit it at the left fielder for out number 2. Exit velocity 100 miles an hour. So Greg Vaughn steps in, 0 for 1. Runner leads off first, 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Swings over the top of the slider, strike 1. Last 3 games, Greg Vaughn 6 for 12 at the plate. Late on the slider, swing and a miss, count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Inside 1 and 2. Terry Francona is the manager of the Cleveland Guardians. Skip Schumacher is the manager of the Miami Marlins. And he slices it into the net on the right side, foul ball. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes to Vaughn. Runner leads off first. Did he go too far? Yes, he did. In the dirt, catcher throws to first to retire the side. 4.5 innings of play here at Progressive Field. Zach Greinke's pitching a gem, 5 shutout innings. Guardians lead 2-0. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton are not calling the game. I'm calling the game. I am the Ancient Gamer. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you for watching. Special thank you to the Outlander Show showing his loyalty. So, Ken Griffey Sr.'s 0 for 2 steps in here in the bottom of the 5th. At the knees, strike 1.
No ball, 1 strike.
Griffey 6th in the American League with a .354 batting average. It is still early April, though. Looked like a high pitch, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Griffey. Line drive foul near the camera well. Count remains 0-2. So the Miami Marlins versus the Cleveland Guardians here at Progressive Field. 2-0 lead for Cleveland. Deep drive to center. Trout races back towards the warning track. In front of the wall, makes the catch 1 away. Covered a lot of real estate to get that ball. Griffey Sr. gave it a ride, but stayed in the ballpark. Next up, second baseman Jeff McNeil. 1 for 10 in this series. 0 for 2 today. Slider just misses inside, ball 1. Over 6 seasons, Jeff McNeil has a 300-plus batting average for his career. Grounded to second. 2-hopper, throws to first, in time, 2 away.
Now batting, the third baseman, Eddie.
2 down, bases empty. Eddie Matthews is 1 for 2 with a single. He also has a run scored in this game. Again, Freddie Peralta is pitching well. He's victim of poor defense. 2 unearned runs in the 3rd. Fouls it off. Matthews does. Strike 1. Eddie Matthews, in his Major League career, a 500-plus home run guy. Hall of Famer. Late on the breaking ball, slices foul. Count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. And it's a fly ball to left. Matthews, check that. Greg Vaughn is there to make the catch and retire the side. End of 5. It's an official ball game. Cleveland still leads 2-0. This is MLB The Show 23. Thank you for watching. We go to the top of the 6th. Stepping in for Miami is number 9 hitter Christian Betancourt, who's 0 for 1. Out in front of the curve, swing and a miss, strike 1, nasty. North-south action. Oof. Ground ball to the third baseman. Fields fires in the dirt, pops out of Prince Fielder's glove, almost tags him out, but that's an E5 on Eddie Matthews. Here's the replay. He had to move to his left, had plenty of time, but just short-hopped him. So runner is at first with nobody out. For the top of the lineup, Derek Jeter steps in. In the dirt, blocked nicely, ball 1. Jeter is 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. Cleveland leading 2-0 here in the 6th inning. That's a drive to right. Back goes the right fielder. But unfortunately, it dies at the warning track for out number 1. Jeter is 0 for 3 today. Next up, Chris Ramos. Switch hitter batting from the left side. He's 1 for 2 with a single up the middle today. Runner leads off first. That ball is high. It is far. That ball is foul. Just misses the right field foul pole. Long strike one. Oof, almost a 2-run jack. This time he's out in front of the changeup, swinging and missing. He's quickly down, no balls and 2 strikes to Greinke. Almost a 2-run home run. Inside, backs him off the plate, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fastball misses outside, count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Slicing towards the left center field, it will dunk in there for a single. The runner turns second, makes it to third. It'll be first and third with 1 out. Aggressive base running. Going from first to third on that bloop base hit. Next up, Mike Trout with 2 on and 1 away. Out in front of the changeup or the curveball, swing and a miss, strike 1. Trout is 0 for 2 today. He's got a runner at third with only 1 out. He's got to concentrate on getting that runner home to cut this lead in half. Chases a pitch off the edge, fouls it off. Trout's quickly down 0-2. Hasn't shown a lot of patience in this at bat. Just gets a piece of the slider to stay alive. And the at-bat will continue. Runners lead off first and third. And he pops it up to shallow right. I think it may be close enough, maybe deep enough. The runner takes off from third, tagging. The throw to the plate is not in time. It is an RBI sacrifice fly for Mike Trout, and the lead is cut in half. Cleveland leads 2-1 here in the top of the 6th. So with 2 outs and a runner at first, Mark McGwire steps up. He has 2 strikeouts today, 0 for 2. Chases a breaking ball off the edge, strike 1. Again, poor discipline at the plate. Low in the dirt, blocked nicely by the catcher. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-1 Cleveland here in the top of the 6th inning. In the dirt, 2 balls, 1 strike to Big Mac. And that's a bloop to center. However, charging is Duke Snider. He will make the catch to retire the side. So they cut the lead in half with the sacrifice fly. At the end of 5.5 innings of play, Cleveland leads it 2-1. Welcome to the live stream. This is MLB The Show 23. So we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Up steps Prince Fielder for the Guardians. He has a single in 2 at-bats. Peralta deals. Swing and a miss at the fastball. 92 on the radar gun, strike 1. In his major league career, Prince Fielder had over 1,000 RBIs. Not too shabby. Fly ball to center, routine play for Mike Trout. He is underneath it, makes the catch, 1 away. Next up, Juan Soto, 1 for 2 with a single. Average right at that 300 mark. Looked like a fat breaking ball high in the zone, but Soto took it for a strike. Count is 0-1. Chases a circle change in the dirt. Count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Juan Soto is one hell of a ball player. I still think of him as playing for the Washington Nationals, but I know that he went to... Oh boy, that's deep! Right center field, back goes the fielder's looking up. That ball is gone. Solo shot for Juan Soto, his 3rd of the season, and just like that, they now have a 2-run lead once again. It's 3-1 Cleveland here in the bottom of the 6th. Oh, God. Ugh. Let's watch the replay while I hydrate. Ouch. 392 feet to right center field. Next up, Duke Snider. Fastball inside. No, called a strike ball. Strike one. Duke is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts today. That one misses. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. So Freddie wasn't responsible for the first 2 unearned runs due to some shoddy defense in the outfield, but that one is purely his responsibility. Deep drive. At the knees, strike 2. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes to Schneider. 3-1 lead for Cleveland. Strike 3 called. He didn't like it, but nevertheless, he's headed back to the dugout with a bat on his shoulder. It's strikeout number 6 for Freddie Peralta today. 2 down, bases empty. Francisco Lindor 0 for 2 steps in. Check the swing, but slider's in there. Strike 1. At the knees, strike 2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Out in front of the circle change. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Francisco Lindor. Side is retired. However, the Guardians increased their lead on the solo jack by Juan Soto. At the end of 6 innings of play, it's Cleveland 3, the Marlins 1. This is MLB The Show 23. So we go to the top of the 7th inning. Before Mike Schmidt goes to the plate, the manager of the Miami... Oh, they won't let me do it. I want to make a pitching... Not a pitching change, but I want to warm up some pitchers. I guess I have to swing this first pitch. Let's see what happens. Hold on. Outside, curveball, ball 1. Okay, manager, bullpen. I have a lefty, a righty, and a lefty due up in the 7th, the bottom of the 7th. So I'll have Justin Steele, a left-handed pitcher, warm up and scheduled to put Justin Steele in the game in the bottom of the 7th. So it'll be 6 innings, 3 runs, 1 earned for the starter, Freddie Peralta. That's a bloop. Might dunk in there, and it will. It is a leadoff single for Mike Schmidt. And just like that, the tying run will come to the plate for the Miami Marlins. Here's the replay. Next up, Teoscar Hernandez. Runner leads off first. Fastball misses inside, ball 1. Hernandez has a single in the 5th inning. He is 1 for 2 today. He represents the tying run at the plate here in the top of the 7th. Couldn't wait back on that breaking ball. Fouls it down the left field line, out of play. Count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. Flails and misses at the curveball. Count as 1 and 2 on Hernandez. Chases a pitch high in the zone. Late on it, fouls it off. Count remains 1 and 2. The at-bat will continue. Low and inside, count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3-1 Cleveland here in the 7th. And he pops him up in the infield. McNeil on the right side makes the catch, 1 away. Zach Greinke is pitching extremely well today. Second game in a row I've had some difficulties with the batting. Mike Napoli, the designated hitter, is 0 for 2 today. Average is still at .325 here in late April. Breaking ball low, ball 1. Look at that beard. Outstanding. Here comes the 1-0 from Greinke. Runner leads off first. Fouls off the cutter. Down the right field line. Out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike to Napoli. High and outside with the cut fastball. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike. Pulls it off the net on the left side of the infield. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner leads off first. Decent lead. Slider misses outside. Count will go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck is Greg Vaughn. Will the runner be off on a full count with 1 out? I do not think so. I think that you run yourself into a double play doing that. Pops it up, out of play, and the at-bat will continue. Here comes the full count pitch once again from Zach Greinke. And it looks like it's a deep fly ball, but playable for the left fielder. He makes the catch, and there are 2 away. So they got the leadoff man on with nobody out, and then now we have the leadoff man still at first base with 2 outs. Up steps Greg Vaughn, 0 for 2. Way out in front of the changeup, swing and a miss, strike 1. Greinke has been playing games with this lineup all day long. He doesn't break a pane of glass with his fastball. He tops out at about 89, 90 miles an hour. Down the left field line, inside the third base bag. Rounding second and heading to third is the base runner. He will make it. They'll have 2 runners in scoring position on the double with 2 outs by Greg Vaughn, his 8th double of the season. And with a single, we could have ourselves a tie ball game here in the top of the 7th inning. Look at it, just inside that third base bag. So Terry Francona comes and makes the call in the bullpen. He wants the right-hander. That'll be all for the starting pitcher. Michael Fulmer will make his 12th appearance on the mound for the Guardians. He's 1-1 with a 6.97 earned run average. That is not a pretty ERA, ladies and gentlemen. He has 1 assignment and 1 assignment only, Christian Betancourt. Betancourt is the number 9 hitter. He is the backup catcher. Pitches outside, ball 1. I would assume that Betancourt is taking until he gets a strike. Batter on deck is Derek Jeter. Slider outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Slider, that one, it finds the strike zone. Count is 2-1. Again, 2 runners in scoring position. Runners at second and third. 2 out here in the top of the 7th. And he hits a lazy fly ball to left, but playable. And unfortunately, the Miami Marlins will strand both runners. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. It's 3-1 Cleveland. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the ground. Don't run away. I'll stop singing, I promise. We go to the... Oh, wait, do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. That'll be all for Freddie Peralta, who left after giving up 1 unearned run in 6 innings work. Justin Steele, the left-hander, will make his 5th appearance out of the bullpen. His ERA is not too pretty. 4 innings, he's given up 4 earned runs. He will face DH Brandon Crawford, who's 1 for 2 with a single. Needs to hold them right where they are. Sinking fastball inside, ball 1. At the knees, strike 1, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Deep drive, but foul. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Crawford. 3-1 lead for Cleveland here in the bottom of the 7th. Justin Steele is trying to keep them right here where they are at a 2-run advantage. Chases a screwball or knuckle curve in the dirt. Count remains 1-2. Out in front of the breaking ball, swing and a miss, struck him out, 1 away. Next up, Kevin Parada had a double in the 2nd. He's 1 for 2. Just gets a piece of the circle change, fouls it off, strike 1. So the Miami Marlins are 15-6 on the season here in April. Ground ball foul, strike 2. They have a 2.5 game lead over the Washington Nationals in the National League East, so they're doing well so far this season. but they're not doing so great today. Charges his steal, spins, fires, got him. 2 away. Justin Steele, the pitcher, leapt off the mound like a cat to get that little nubber at the mound. So there's 2 away, and lefty Ken Griffey Sr. is 0 for 3. He steps in, hoping to keep this half inning going. Slider misses, ball 1. That finds the edge. Nasty breaking ball. Strike 1, count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Misses outside, 2 balls and 1 strike to Griffey. Nubber up the first baseline. McGuire inhales it like a vacuum cleaner, steps on the bag to retire the side. 1-2-3 inning for Justin Steele. The end of 7 innings of play here at Progressive Field. It's the Guardians 3, the Marlins 1. Thank you for watching. I am the Ancient Gamer. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So when we go to the 8th, Matt Moore will take over pitching duties for the Guardians, but we're going to go to the manager's office and the bullpen. We're going to look that now we have three left-handed hitters, McNeil, Matthews, and Fielder in a row. So we're going to warm up Jeffrey Springs, who's a left-handed pitcher. Warm him up, and we're going to schedule to put him in the game. So he's going to come in the bottom of the 8th. So top of the lineup, if this is time, Matt Moore pitches high, ball 1. Guardians bullpen is active with 2 lefties, Vida Blue and Billy Wagner. 2 nasty fucking closers. Pardon my language. Imagine having a bullpen with Vida Blue and Billy Wagner in it. My goodness. Line drive. Oh, it will hang up there for the left fielder. Jeter hit it on the nose, but it hung up there for Juan Soto, out number 1. Next up, Chris Ramos, 2 for 3 with 2 singles, has the average up to 284. He's a switch hitter now. He will turn around and bat from the right side against the lefty, Matt Moore. Swing and a miss at the high fastball, 96 on the radar gun. 4 strike 1. A little late on the swing. 3-hopper to the shortstop, Lindor, fires, got him, 2 away. So 4 outs away from the victory. Next up, Mike Trout. Mike is 0 for 2 today. He does have a sacrifice fly. He's responsible for the only run on the scoreboard for the Marlins. Fastball high, ball 1. Fouls off the knuckle curve. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Cleveland leads 3-1 here in the top of the 8th inning. Fouls it back. Count is 1-2. Misses outside with the fastball. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases empty. Cleveland 3-1 here at Progressive Field. Out in front of the knuckle curve, swing and a miss, and the side is retired. 7.5 complete. Cleveland 3, Miami 1. This is MLB The Show 23. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Do you want to change the pitchers? Yes, I do. Jeffrey Springs, left-handed pitcher for the Marlins, steps on the mound. His 2nd appearance. First one was nothing to speak highly of. He'll face Jeff McNeil, who's 0 for 3 today. And that is a lazy fly ball to right. Check that. Hernandez is there. 1 pitch, 1 away. Next up, Eddie Matthews. 1 for 3 with a single. Does have a home run in this series. Not today, though. Deep drive, center field. Back goes Trout near the warning track. He will make the catch, 2 away. Nice play. 2 out, spaces empty. Prince Fielder's 1 for 3 with a single. Big body. Big boy. Circle change inside, ball 1. Big body. Line drive foul. Hits that net first base line. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike on Fielder. Who's better, Cecil Fielder or Prince Fielder? I think his daddy is better. Then again, I'm old. I'm the ancient gamer. 2-seam fastball inside, count is 2 balls, 1 strike. And he pops it up to left. Vaughn waits for it, makes the catch. The end of 8 innings. We go to the top of the 9th. Last licks for the Miami Marlins. They need 2 to tie. Can they do it? Can we do it? I need to put on my hitting shoes. Let's do this. We go to the 9th. Guardians lead 3-1. Vida Blue. 9 saves in 10 save opportunities. His ERA is 2.61. He is the closer here in the 9th inning for the Guardians. And he will face Mark McGwire, who is 0 for 3 today. Swing and a miss, the 2-seam fastball, strike 1. Nasty movement, downward movement action on that pitch. A little late on the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. 2 quick strikes on Mark McGwire. Pops it up on the infield. McNeil makes the catch, 1 away here in the 9th for the Marlins. Toyed with him like a cat. Next up, Mike Schmidt, 1 for 3 with a single. Chases a pitch off the edge, 98 on the radar gun, strike 1. He is dominating in this 9th inning. Fastball 100 miles an hour, but it was high, and the count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Out in front of the changeup, swing and a miss, and there are 2 strikes on Mike Schmidt. The difference in speed between the fastball and the changeup, 98 and 82. Hard to reckon. Here comes the 1-2. In the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chases a fastball, might have been strike 3. Couldn't come in contact with it, and the Miami Marlins are down to their final out of this game. Representing the final out is Teoscar Hernandez, who's 1 for 3 with a single. He needs to get on base to get the tying run to the plate. Can he do it? Line drive, base hit, and the tying run will come to the plate with 2 outs here in the 9th for the Miami Marlins. Representing both the final out of the game and the tying run, Mike Napoli, who has home run power. He's 0 for 3 today, however. Out in front of the curveball, swing and a miss, strike 1. He has 3 home runs and 15 RBIs in April. Runner leads off first. Line drive caught by the second baseman. Ball game over. Guardians win 3-1. So, sucks to lose. You always want to win, but baseball's a funny game. Best teams in baseball will win 100 games, which means they lose 62 of them. So, sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Zach Greinke gets the win. He's 2-2. Freddie Peralta gets the loss. His first loss of the season, he's 2-1. Vida Blue gets his 10th save of the season. I want to say a big thank you to the Outlander Show for showing up and saying hi. I sincerely appreciate it. So, as we close this game out, the Miami Marlins lose to Cleveland. Cleveland, 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. Miami, 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error. Player of the game is Zach Greinke, who gets the win. Loss goes again to Freddie Peralta. This has been a broadcast of MLB The Show 23. I am the Ancient Gamer. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care of yourself.